Doesn't it know? Oh,
There it is.
okay. So, hey, y'all. Welcome,
What's up, everybody?
welcome.
What's going on?
So, chapter 9.
Yes.
This was this
I
was in
needed a
reference.
short one for real.
This is what this embodied short. This was in reference to record keeping. And it placed a lot of emphasis on is more than paperwork. So,
True.
it wanted to give us a little play by play on how to accurately um, keep our records in reference to formative and summative assessments. Anybody want to start with their summary?
Yeah, I mean, I guess going off cuff, I just thought everybody separated their formative and summative. When I read that, I was surprised that they had to put that in there. Um, and then I never thought about keeping track of work habits and social skills. I mean, I can see why it's useful, but I've never thought about nothing like that. So that's something for me to think about. Um, and then organizing entries and stuff like that. I already do that. We got Infinite Campus. I think later on it talks about using a digital joint to grade and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I thought it was interesting like that, that I used to now I thing. When you're talking about how she used to grade, I think it was a she used to grade everything, but then now she only grades some things. It kind of keeps the fluency of the class, I guess. Um, I don't know how y'all feel about that when we go to analyze it. I'm just going over my summary. Uh, and then I think I do everything based off standards, especially when it comes to health. So nobody can come for me and say that I was teaching something that they don't want me to teach, especially when it comes to like sex ed and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so those kind of couple things that I saw, and I don't do extra credit work. You do your work. It's gym class. You be all right.
True.
Me either. Um, Me either. And I don't. I
Mhm.
do makeup work because it's required. Um, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
I don't really nah, because you got to show me in the classes I teach. Well, to add to yours, I'll just add some tidbits in reference to the summary. I like that it placed a lot of emphasis on effective communication. That's big in every. This, it doesn't matter what classroom you're teaching in, what sector in education. Effective, and in reference to our conversations, how we communicate with each other. If it's not effective, it was useless. In my opinion. So, just making sure we implement that in the classroom as well as understanding our if we plan and prepare and effectively execute what we need to do, it reaches the students better and it, warrants more success in whatever we're teaching or the objective. So I like that they place emphasis on that because that's big. Um, I like how they went in. I mean, I feel the same in reference to how you felt in reference to formative and summative. I mean, that's a no brainer. I mean, clearly they're different. We all would have different approaches in reference to implementing those. So I thought that was kind of a reiteration of what we already went over. Um, they spoke on organizing assessment data according to classroom learning targets and standards. I mean, we all have those as well. So I thought that was a reiteration of what we were all getting paid to do. And that I enjoy doing because it makes sure we prepare them for those end of semester tests and all of that and, required things that we have to do and make us stay on track in reference to what we're teaching them. I also I made reference to when they spoke on the raw score form. I understood that, but I had to reread that section a little bit because I'm like,
yeah.
how would that pertain to me?
I mean, I thought
Mm,
I don't understand how you would just put 2/3 and not put like 12 out of 18. Like, why would you do
right.
that anyway? Like, that's like I don't understand. Like some of this
That's
stuff, I was like, bro, why would
foolishness.
you even do that? But I guess we should ask Andrew that because if he ain't ever taught before, so was some of this stuff enlightening, or you already figured this out,
Right.
Andrew?
I kind of relate this to like stats in sports. Like that was a way I could put it, because you're basing everything off of not just performance, but like you said, like the ability of certain students. There's some students that may not be as capable as other students, so you also have to relate that in, depending on what assignments there are. But I just related it to stats, like in football, like your PFF gradings. like based off your performance per game, your snap count, just that stuff. And I related that to, going into a classroom, each day would be, let's say, a game. And then, each period would be a snap and how you performed on that. So like for kicking, it would just be like, did you make the kick or not? So did you pass the test or not? Like that's the way I looked at this. And because I've never taught, it kind of teaches me a lot just by reading it because I know my parents are teachers, but I've never been in the position where I have to go and grade a student's paper or test but I have gone and graded, a player's, performances. So I just have to take that skill, somehow translate it into a classroom on, paperwork and numbers rather than just, here's the block, make the block. And that was how I related it.
I know I took two things from it from the my summary, and that was that how everything that we give to students shouldn't be a grade, shouldn't count for a grade. I'm saying I don't necessarily agree with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I like
Talk to
giving
y'all about that.
everything I give, I like to put a grade so I can get the most effort out of
Absolutely.
my children as possible. Like, so I know that's one thing that I hit or miss. Then also like how being a teacher, how we should organize our grade book and according to the learning targets that's represented. So I think I need to do a better job at doing that. So that's two things that I took from my summary.
Yeah, what you do?
I would
How you
I would
organize your
say
grade
those.
book?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not my fault.
I'm sorry, Quentin. What were you saying?
I was asking Titus, how do you organize your grade book? Like, is it not the titles of like what they already put up there? Like, I don't know.
True.
I'm just
I
asking.
I know mine's is a little different, me personally, Quentin, because I know I do teach PE. So I'm saying PE to me is definitely easier because I'm saying what we do today, basketball, football, I can title it like that. But I also teach
Hmm.
econ and personal finance. So I know with those labeling my grade book, it's a little bit tougher because
Oh, I believe that.
it's a lot more teaching and then again it's all seniors. So I'm trying to give them as much information as possible so they can go on here, get up out of here. But organizing wise, I don't know, man. I still struggle with that. I struggle to this day because I'm saying everything on the computer. So I'm saying files get lost, stuff get missing. So I don't know, man. That's a hit or miss question. What was yours, Miss
And
Cook?
And in reference to that, I think mine's is a little easier because y'all know I teach family consumer sciences. So it's culinary and child development. I literally go in a sequence of the standards. They give us like a flow chart throughout the semester of what standard we're supposed to be on this week. So I kind of can toggle it. And they have the assignments where I don't necessarily use an online platform, not unless I have to. I don't like to. But not unless I have to, but I can pretty much take the titles of the assignments and verbatim. That way, whoever's looking at my stuff from the county, they'll see when I'm on standard two, breakfast cooking skill or preparing breakfast items. This is the activity. Like they can pretty much search the activity in their database and it aligns with only because I'm new to the county. But once I get my own flow of it, I'm gonna go off script with that because I mean I'm doing my own thing, but I know they're watching to make sure I'm doing what they're teaching me to do. So I try to
So you don't have like
keep it
Infinite Campus
uniform.
or Power School or something like that?
I use Infinite Canvas, hmm
Good.
and they
You say
have
you didn't.
Canvas,
Oh yeah. You say you didn't use
but
no
I don't use
electronic form, so I was wondering if you didn't have to use that or not.
hmm And it's pretty much that my curriculum is online or what they gave me access to. So I can put the links if I wanted to use Canvas versus me printing it off and having them do it in class. I can put it on Canvas link by link, like the videos, whatever. But to me, that's boring for what I teach. Like, I kind of want you to do it. Spend a few minutes doing I don't do a whole lot of worksheets and stuff videos. Of course, they like to see the visual, but it's pretty much you got to show me, yeah. Or let's use our hands. Let's use our, creative thinking skills. Let's step away from the computer. I don't like to rely solely on the computer for performance based courses.
I agree. But I'm saying like, especially with weightlifting, it's definitely difficult to do that with performance.
Mhm.
Like I need to see you how much you didn't squat it at the beginning of class or at the beginning of the semester to the end. I need to see improvement. So I feel it.
Yeah, I do the same with my fitness test. You gotta increase in that. And it's not really nothing you can like type in and have a formula with. They have
Mhm.
standards that they have for the whole state or the
Yep.
country, I guess, but like half these kids can't do one push up. And if they do two push up, like it's supposed to be like you're supposed to be able as a middle school, you're supposed to do like 14 or whatever. I forget the number exactly.
Hmm.
No kids can't do one. Like, and so you got to modify and stuff like
True.
that. But so I definitely feel you on that. That you can't really do that on the computer. Just all you can do is really keep a record of what you're doing.
True.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
how
and I
we
think
are,
that, and I
not in
think
the
that's the meat
classroom.
and potatoes of the chapter. Pretty much telling us, yeah, some things can be online, but the stuff that we're responsible for, I think this was pretty much giving us structure on how to do that. Not necessarily for the students or what we would implement for them, but how we would keep a running record of what their performance is and how to do our record taking stuff, not for them.
Mhm.
What you
Andrew,
about
what
to
you
say,
about to say?
Andrew?
Oh, I was just saying, like, we have quizzes each week, similar to in a classroom, on like how much plays you know.
Hmm.
Specialists don't personally, but everyone else does. And that's the only thing that is on a piece of paper. And if you bomb it, let's say like a test, you know, you don't play, you fail.
That's
But
crazy.
if perform well or you do good on your test, they're going to play you not just because of that, but eventually it's all just going to come down to how well can you perform. So rather than, here's your computer, punch everything in. It's like, okay, we can only do that when it comes to how many mistakes, you know, big plays and whatnot, rather than like in a classroom to where, like you guys said, you guys are performance classes. So you're not going to be able to just punch everything into a computer. And,
Hmm.
currently that's how I am. And, you know, I'm looking forward to going into the same profession that you guys are in, like physical education teacher. You're not going to be just on a computer. Like you can't. That's not physical education unless you're working on your hands. So I don't like the whole make everything online.
I agree, man.
Okay. Y'all got any questions?
Let let's analyze the daggone. We just talked about them. Not everything should be a grade. We have the analyzation thing.
Hmm.
How y'all like? I know Tyler, you say you don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And now my question, I guess, not for the three questions, but like, was that lady grading too much stuff? You know, what I mean, was every like where they just she had overwhelming amount of stuff to grade up. I don't know, like, because
I
I do
say as a
participation.
teacher,
I do,
I definitely can see that right there because like when you do assign a lot of stuff, it can get like overwhelming trying to
yeah.
grade all that stuff. Like you get confused, like what assignment are they even doing today? You know what I'm saying? Even though I got it written down, I'm still confused myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely, I don't know. Yeah,
That's why I'm wondering if she was on because I got participation, quiz,
true,
and
true.
and then a project or
Dress out.
yeah, like
You know what
yeah.
I'm
So like
saying?
that's simple. Like so to
Yeah,
me, that I'm doing that. That's my formative. Then I got my summative at the end of the week. So I
yep.
just wonder when like I'm grading everything. You ain't about to come out here and think you can wear your daggone high
Shoes,
heels to my class.
shoes, shirt, it don't matter. Like, come on, you need to be
Yeah,
fully
Because I
dressed.
feel like that's important. If you're asking them to do that, that's accountability put back
True,
on them.
yeah.
How
true.
you gonna come here dressing out and not participating?
That's a life skill. So yeah,
Yeah, like you got
I
to
feel
do it
like,
all in order to get
go
full
ahead.
credit. Like,
Yeah.
what?
I feel like you gotta look at it like in a student's perspective as well. Because, she's grading all these papers and whatnot or all this assignments. Uh, the student's eventually just gonna get lost. With so many assignments, you're just gonna be all over the place. Like, oh, what do I need to do? Like, especially not really, in high school and middle school, but in college, if you just have tons and tons of assignments, you're going to get lost on where you're at. And so as a professor, as a teacher, I feel like you have to look at it as a student because, you were once in their shoes, but you also have to go and grade every paper or every assignment. And not saying that's a bad thing, but I just feel like if the student's getting lost, that means you're not teaching well because, your job is to make sure they know what they're doing. And if you can't, you're not performing. But like we all said, in a performance situation, classroom, you can't really do that stuff because most of those assignments would be all online rather than, like you said, gym shoes, a t-shirt, participation, whatever. That doesn't require you to do much. Just show up and participate, really. And I feel like sometimes that can be the hardest part for some students.
True. I don't know. I know I'm in high school, so I don't really get a lot of participation in PE like I should. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong
In
with these
high
children.
school, you don't?
No, man. I'm saying I got the ones that want to come in and play basketball every day. Like if we playing basketball, roll the basketballs out, T
That's all
Jones,
we did.
go
It was
ahead.
amazing.
Like I can get a we good. We good. But other than that, let's play dodgeball, kickball, something. No, T Jones, we don't want to do
Something
that.
different,
Yeah,
right?
we don't want to do that. So I understand. It's gonna be tough,
Yeah.
especially Andrew. If you're in that high school level, whatever level you want to go to, I don't know.
Hey,
That
right
high
now
school
we're looking
stuff.
at college coaching. It seems a lot better than uh grading paperwork. I'll grade some specialists
I'm
personally.
telling you,
I know
yeah.
that better.
I
I
don't
mean
knock it.
that'd be smooth, but I can't travel that much. I gotta get the crib.
It's definitely traveling.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
but
fair.
I also had kids like straight out of college too, so I definitely wasn't. That was never a thought. So, but I think it'd be dope if he did that though.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
I think so. If you did do that, so going to like the guideline three, this is the last one we're gonna analyze before you ask questions. Like we're talking about keeping track of work habits and social skills. I think you, as a coach, you would do that a lot too. Because I don't really know how I can even incorporate that in my classroom. I was reading that, I was like, bro, I've never thought about doing nothing like this before. So, like, have
That's the
any of
one I love.
y'all? Yeah, you like you like I don't I guess work habits, but they middle school. They one week they good, next week they different. They gothic one week, next week they daggone hippies. Like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it's so crazy. I don't know how to even gauge
I
that.
think it depends on what level you're at. Like in college, most of the people are here to get an education. Most. But, middle school, high school, especially for the classes that we are teaching, not everyone, is souped up to go to gym class. Like a lot of people are just like, well, I gotta take it, especially like freshman gym. No one really wants to be there. I loved it though. But like for coaching, it's just, I think it's a lot easier, like you said. You just have to look at how people carry themselves, like their character. And that's not just on the field, that's off the field or in the classroom. And I think it's rather easy just off of body language and the way that they treat others, like just being a normal human outside of sports. And, I think that can translate into the classroom, like with who performs, who's a good person, who actually cares about others. And, I think that's hard to grade on 100% because some people might be on one week and completely off the other week because you have no clue what's going on in some of these kids' lives.
Yeah, yeah, Quinn. They
Okay,
go back
I
to
have
what
a
you
question.
said. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go
oh
ahead.
no, go ahead.
You
It can wait.
sure?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, when they go back to what you said about her grading too strictly, you know what I'm saying, or grading too much, but like we have a 30-minute class period that's like we call it pride, and like the students are like it's basically a free period for them, basically, because we mentioned to them at the beginning of the year that it wasn't going to be a grade. Because my previous years at the school, pride, that 30-minute window was a graded period. So now we get zero participation out of the students because it's not for
On their
grade.
phones.
So
Yeah.
like it's tough. So I don't know, man. So I don't know. I think grading the students for everything they do is needs to be a must. It must happen
Mm.
so we can get them to get the full participation from school.
And if you need to, just don't have as many assignments.
Yeah.
True.
That'd be it.
Some.
Or make one assignment longer. like a bigger assignment. You know what I mean? Like one
Hmm.
assignment, but have multiple components in that
Hmm.
assignment.
Make it
And
stretch
you
a
know,
week or something, like
yeah,
a couple
yeah. So
days.
like my projects, they can really do it in a day.
Yeah,
But like I put so many components, not so many, but like three different components in there, and something kind of fun too. Like tell me about your culture type stuff. So like give them a little incentive and stuff like that. So and I make it stretch for the whole week. Then they present it. And that's your grade too. So real simple.
true.
But y'all got
Yeah,
any questions? I got one question, but
yeah. I
anybody
know I
else got any
got one.
questions?
No, I know I got one question.
I got one too.
Okay. You can go first, Miss Cook.
Okay, so out of the four guidelines, which one was y'all's favorite, and how do you implement it in your learning environment? Mine
My
was
favorite?
guideline three. I love that number three.
Oh
Keeping
yeah.
track of this with the social aspect. I love that because that's pretty much what I do. You're gonna participate in this class because it's performance based.
Mm.
Um, can I trust what you're saying? Like your academic honesty as well as dishonesty. Are you just working in the group? Are you just the little cooking team? I put them in teams. Where you do you want to be the dishwasher every time we do a lab? Or are you the one that wants to take initiative to, actually cook the items, prep, and utilize the skills, the knife skills, and all of that I taught you? Or are you the one that you're just comfortable washing the dishes? That's why I make them rotate roles in their little teams. No, you're not just gonna be my dishwasher and my cleaner. This is culinary. So a part of culinary hospitalities is the full scope of it. You're prepping, you're cooking, and you're cleaning. You can't just do one aspect out of three. You got to do them all. I need to see that you can do all three. Um, of course, attendance and cooperation, and because they know how far to take it with me. Yeah, we have more of a. I'm not the old school type teacher because I don't teach an old school type. I don't teach that type of content. I kind of have to talk to you in order to learn you, to know how to teach you and how to reach you. So I don't make them be quiet or like we have to talk. If you don't talk to me, I'm like, well, what's wrong? Maybe we need to postpone this lab because y'all act like y'all sleepy. Okay, so before I give y'all these sharp knives and all this heat, all this stuff in the kitchen, I need for y'all to talk to me because if you're not talking to me, I don't feel like you're receiving what I'm saying. So, yeah, they have to give me that in order for us to progress with the labs or whatever I'm teaching them. So I like that because that's pretty much the flow of how I like my classroom to be. I look at all of that. Do you come to school? If you ain't been to school at least 3 days out the week, on Friday, you're not doing the lab. You haven't learned the material. So what I look like having you cook lasagna if you missed most of the content throughout the week? No, not on my watch. Like we don't have, how high food is and safety, all of that. You're not gonna come in here playing on Friday or ready to eat when you didn't even learn what you needed to learn prior to. So I look at all of that. So guideline three was my favorite. Which one was y'all's?
Well, I definitely can agree with that guideline three because their work habits definitely stands out to me. Because I also teach a performance based class. I'm not a performance based class. I'm sorry, a weightlifting class, and I need them work habits. They play a big role into your progress throughout the semester. Like, are you getting stronger? Like, are you not doing nothing? Like, I can tell if you're not doing nothing. If you can't even do 135 at the end of the semester, like something wrong. So I definitely can agree with everything you said on that one. That hit home. Definitely like that building that relationship with them. Because like, how can I approach you in this weightlifting, in this weight room? Like, I have to be able to talk to you in a certain manner. So I definitely agree with you on that. That guidelines three. Their work habits stood out to me.
More plain to me, making me understand a little more what it's talking about. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think guideline one for me is formative and summative. That's pretty much my bread and butter. So that's my favorite guideline and what I adhere to the most. All right, for the second question, do y'all offer extra credit and why or why not?
I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out the way. I offer extra credit. I'm saying I might give a word search out of the key terms or something throughout the week or throughout the year. So I give them about 200 points. So if you don't want to do this word search, that's on you. So I like helping
Is
the
that
kids
in
out.
every class or just your econ joint?
Now that's definitely every class. That's every class. Weightlifting, team sports, econ, like whatever I can do to help you, I'm gonna do it.
I feel
So
like extra credits not necessary, but it helps the students because, lots of students will learn through extra credit. It's usually not just a test. It's usually something that, is a little more, fun. So it encourages the students to learn so that they can get the extra credit to pass these classes. Because every time I get extra credit, it's one of the first things I do just because you never know. And, I always thought, even my mom, she encouraged me. She's like, hey, go do it. I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. Even though I don't want to, I'll do it. And then, end up helping me in the long run. I think it should be encouraged in every class.
Honestly, it depends on the percentage from the class. Of course, if my student has an 89, I don't mind offering, them, extra credit because a 89 for up to a 90, I'm on the 10-point scale. I don't know what scale y'all on.
same.
If you can go from a B to an A with 1 point, come on, do this worksheet or, do this demo for me. Do this slicing technique, something. It depending on the student and again, all of what I've observed from guideline 3. Do you come to class? Are you trying? I look at all of that before I offer extra credit because I don't have to offer it. So if I offer it to you, it's because I really see something in you, and you're just a few points or so short. So I can give you a worksheet or something to do to take you from that B to that A or from that C to that B, something like that.
Yo, like you got this is a gym class, bro. Come dress out, come play, go home. Easy A. I ain't getting no extra credit, bro. All right, you ain't do that. You knew you had gym. Oh, I forgot my shoes, bro. You had gym every day. This is not elementary school. I don't care nothing about that. I don't know. I'm if I feel like if I taught something else, I'd be with it, but I'm good on that.
Yeah, I feel you on your content because they know better. They know what they need to do to get a passing grade.
And I feel
Yeah,
like I'm teaching them accountability too. Like, oh, my shoes left in the
absolutely.
classroom. Well, daggone, you should have brought them. No, you can't go back and get them.
I'm not your parent, so what are you
Yeah.
telling me for? You should have
Like
been
you knew you
calling them
had
before
gym
you came
the gym at
here.
the same
Right.
time every day. No,
Mm-hmm.
you knew you're supposed to
Absolutely.
bring your shoes. So I don't know.
Queen.
Yo.
You get the I don't want to sweat too much a lot. Like I get that as
Oh
well.
yeah, eighth grade.
I
Eighth
ain't trying to
grade.
sweat too much. Like I ain't tell you to get this first period. Like
Like, did I do
Eighth
your
grade.
schedule?
like
Right.
like
Yeah.
what?
The eighth
What they
graders
got
are
to
the
do with me?
ones that don't like participating the most. Sixth grade be all for it. Seventh grade
I'm telling
mostly.
you, they
Eighth
do.
grade, be like, yeah, all right, but eighth grade's last, so sometimes, like my last school last year, eighth grade was first, so them jokers didn't do nothing. They said that they're like, bro, I'm not sweating all day, I'm tripping, I can't even fly. They shoes like
New
sweating
shoes.
shoes, they can't crease their shoes, and going, they too hot because they ain't bring no shirt under their hoodie. I don't got no shirt under this. Like the girls be wearing hoodie only. Like, bro,
Ew.
what you doing?
I ain't got no shirt on.
Like,
Like what?
yeah, like why? That's dumb.
What? No shirt
Yeah,
under a hoodie. Nasty.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, they be tripping. So yeah, that's probably my three most complaints: sweating, no, not the right clothes, or I can't crease my shoes. Yeah, one kid fuss at me. He been talking to me for 2 weeks, talking about oh we had to go outside and play soccer. I had my white shoes. They're not white no more. Like, dude, I don't know why you wear your good shoes to gym class. That ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
Tell him you are not his parent. To
I
call
am
his
not.
mom and daddy about that.
I tried to
That
joke
ain't
with
got
him.
nothing to do with
That's
It
you.
was like, you
tough.
clean them shoes, Jay? He said, no, I can't get it
No,
out. I was like, well.
that's
Tell him
tough.
Christmas coming. He can
Christmas
get some
definitely
more
around the
shoes for
corner.
Christmas. Right.
Let me
Let's go
see.
ahead and get this last question out
All
the
right, let
way.
me
See what
see.
it's talking about.
I got one. So this relates to the topic. Let me see. How can we engage students in learning if we don't grade everything that they do? How can we do a better job? Like, what can we do?
If we don't grade everything,
Yeah, like if we don't grade everything, how can we? They're not going to be engaged if it's not for grade. So how can we do a better job?
right? Because I
That
know me, I'm like, you're not a grad, I'm not locked in.
Yeah,
How
they
many
love
times?
asking this. They love asking, "Is this for a grade?" I'm like, everything from the time you come in here, sweetie, is a grade. It's how you position it. I'm like, yeah, it's a grade. But in my mind, I'm like, man, this gonna go. This is an exit ticket out the door.
True,
Like
true.
this gonna go on participation at 10%. But y'all don't need to know that. Everything you doing here is a grade. So I set that tone. I'm like, everything's a grade. What do you mean, sweetie? And I put on that sarcastic tone sometimes. And they're like, okay, Miss Cook, I guess I'll do it. I'm like, yeah, do give everything your effort and your attention because everything's a grade. So I really have them thinking every single thing is a grade, but in reality, it's not.
Yeah, I feel
Right.
like
I
you just
mean,
got to make it some sort of participation. Like, if you
Yeah,
try, I'm gonna help you. Because if you help me, I'll help you. That's how I
like
would look at it.
you're not gonna
And
come in here and pick and choose what you're gonna do
yeah, like
solely if I tell you if it's graded or not.
I'm giving you
No,
this for a reason.
correct.
Even
mhm.
if it's not a grade, it's so that you can do something and learn in some way,
All of
you
it is
know?
aligned.
Yeah.
I'm not in here creating activities and stuff for y'all to do just to be playing. Like it's all a grade.
You're not making extra assignments just to grade even more
Mm-mm,
because
I don't have
that's not the
time to do
goal,
that. No,
you know? The more assignments, the more chance there is to fail.
that's it.
Yeah. Effort. Because how many times y'all students do check-ins or they do iReady or something like it just kind of like to set the bar to see where they at. Them jokers ain't doing that joint. They putting C's all down the page. They don't care now. And so it's not a grade. Or all right. And I used to do
Hey,
that when I was in school
I
too,
ain't
bro.
doing it.
Who? Like, oh, it don't count. I
I'm,
remember my practice EOG. I learned that just didn't count. Shoot, who cared? Not me.
hey man, that's just like the PASACT, whatever they just took the other
Yeah,
day.
bro.
Them kids don't care about
Yes.
none of that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they just did that in my school this week.
Just
When I
wasted
tell you
time.
half of them didn't even come to school, I said, "Where were you?" I mean, they missed the testing day and the makeup testing day behind. I said, "You just play too much."
That's how I treated those AP exams. Walked in, hit A, enter, walked out.
Let me know
But,
when the real
you
one
know,
coming.
yeah.
I'll study.
Man, yeah, man. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. You gotta grade it, especially middle school, bro. They don't care nothing about nothing.
I agree. High school too, man. It trickles on up too.
Hmm.
Shoot, you only got like a couple of minutes left in it.
Yeah.
We got like two
We hit the
thirty.
30. We hit the 30 anyway, in it.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, we good.
I got this Chinese waiting on your boy.
All right, that's a bet.
Okay. All right.
Y'all
So
stay
does it
blessed now.
all right, you
Oh,
too.
you gotta press I think when everybody leaves out, you can automatically download. Or maybe
Okay.
Titus gotta do it because he
So
pressed it. I'm not
can you
sure.
click stop recording on your side, Miss Cook? Is
I
it
don't
down there on the
see
bottom?
anything. I just see the little recording icon.
Okay, so I'm gonna click
You might
stop
have to do it,
recording.
Titus.
All right,
Okay.
so click stop recording, Queen. I'm guessing because last night
Yeah,
it messed up.